Hey guys, today we're gonna be doing our number 4 bakery vlog where we're gonna be celebrating Father's Day and we're gonna do a really special cake. If you've been following me on Instagram, that I hope you are, and if you're not, go ahead and follow me. I posted a cake a few weeks ago of a beer barrel that I thought it was perfect for Father's Day. It's super different and super cool, así que vamos a hacerlo. The first thing we need to do is cover a 6-inch cake, any flavor you like, in ganache. If you don't remember how to do this, click the I so you can see other videos of how to cover a cake in ganache. And all the materials for this project are going to be listed on the description box below for you guys. The first thing we're going to do is take some brown fondant and some white fondant and going to mix it together to make like a marble effect. Then we're gonna add some CMC powder. This powder it helps our fondant to get harder. If you want more information, just go to the description. I'm gonna leave you more information about it, and we're gonna mix it all together. Now we're gonna measure our cake. This cake is approximately 4.5 inches tall, but we want to cut our fondant to 5 or 4 3/4, a little bit taller than our cake. So we're gonna roll our fondant and then we're gonna cut little plaques of brown fondant into the size that we measure our cake. When we finish cutting our plaques of fondant, enough to cover all around our cake, we're gonna make some texture to it to make it look more like wood. I'm using this fondant texture, but you can use whatever you have at home. You can use a knife or even a toothpick. When you finish making all the texture on the top, we're gonna start making little cuts on the border of our fondant to make it look more uneven, more rustic, and it's gonna look super cool. And when you're finished, you can start gluing it to your cake with a little bit of water. When we're done with the cake, we're gonna set it aside and we're gonna start doing some decorations, starting with the eyes. The eyes, we're gonna do it out of ISOMALT. ISOMALT, we used it before on my channel. Just click the eye so you can see other videos. This is a sugar substitute and it's just like sugar. We're gonna melt it with a little bit of water, and when it's melted, you need to be really careful. This is just like caramel, and we're gonna pour it in a heat-proof mat. The cool part about ISOMALT is that when it gets hard, it gets completely transparent, so it makes super cool effect for ice or even for glass. While our ISOMALT is getting hard, let's prepare our can. For our can, I'm using a beer this time, but you can use any drink that your dad likes. The only thing is you want to empty it the way that I'm doing here, because we wanted the effect that the can is still closed. Then we're gonna cut it in half with the scissors and put some tape on the border so you don't get cut, and be really careful on this part as well. Now, before our ISOMALT gets completely hard, we're gonna make some marks. We're doing these marks because we want our ISOMALT to cut in shapes, because ice is not completely like crumble like a glass, so we want a little bit of shape to it. Then when the ISOMALT is completely hard, we can start breaking it up and we're gonna let it aside. Now we can start decorating our cake. The first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna take our can and we're gonna put it in the middle of the cake and press it a little bit. And now we're gonna cover the surface or the top of our beer barrel by rolling some white fondant, taking the same mold we used to bake our cake, and we're gonna make a round circle, the shape of our cake. It doesn't need to be perfect at all. Then we're gonna take a round cookie cutter that is the same size as our can, and we're gonna make a hole in the middle of our white fondant. Then when you have your fondant, you're gonna put it through the beer can or the beverage can, and you're gonna start covering the top of your barrel. When you're finished covering the top of your barrel, you can start adding the ice. You may be questioning yourself why we put white fondant on the top, and it's because the isomalt is so clear that any color that we have on the bottom, it will reflect on the isomalt, and we want it to look like it's full of ice. So that's why we put white on the top of our barrel. Now to finish up, I wanted to do the effect that a real barrel has, that has like two strips that hold all the wood together. So this time I'm just rolling some black fondant, and then we're gonna cut it with a pizza cutter or a multi-cutter, and we're gonna make two strips that is gonna cover all around our cake, and it is done. And when you finish gluing, the two strips is ready. I hope you enjoyed it, and remember, you can use any drink that you like, and if you cannot choose one of them, you can put all of them on your barrel. It's gonna look super cool. I hope you enjoy it, and if you do, please take a picture and tag me on any of my social media with the hashtag KBashStudio. I would love to see them. And if you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up. If you have any questions, like always, just leave me a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be up to date with all the videos I upload. I love you guys. Happy Father's Day, and I see you next time. Bye-bye. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do, please be part of my family and click and subscribe here. Or if you want to see previous videos, you can click here. And I do one video each week, and I would love you to join me. So I see you next time. Bye bye.